share with you today. I know we've been kind of going through the summer slowdown, and I was doing pretty great with my sales. But this last week, oh my gosh, especially like the weekend, the last 4 days have been, oh, terrible. How is your sales? Write it in the comment. Anyhow, it's time to get tough. And I'm gonna pull out some heavy hitters and get them listed, and hopefully that will generate some sales. And if you've not watched any of my other videos before, I sell on eBay and I sell on Poshmark. I have a full-time reseller. And when I say heavy hitters, I mean like, either really great brands, high-end brands, or a quicker sell-through rate. We'll get right onto it. I don't know what's in some of these bags, but I know I have a couple of really good pieces. Anyhow, we'll get right onto it. This is a new with tags, and it's a J. Crew, and this is a slub tee. Normally these don't go for a ton, but it is brand new with tags. This will be a nice thing to list, and the fact that it is an extra large, and that will be a benefit. I think it's women's. Pretty sure, yeah. It doesn't look like men's, but you can also look up the style tag and things like that. But it's J. Crew, and it is new with tags. I don't think it has on here. Oh, well, it was $27.99, and I don't know if that was on sale because it's an additional sticker on there, or if that's what their price was. See what I mean? It wasn't really expensive to begin with. If you watched any of my other videos before, I love neon. Right now I got neon, like kind of like a green yellow or something on fingernails. Anyhow, this is a Gap, and the only reason I picked this up is because it's new with tags. I know there's another reseller out there that has YouTube videos, and they were selling very high volumes, and they said that they, picked up a lot of mall brands or Gap or even Old Navy. How have you done with either? I know Old Navy, I did just sell a jumpsuit, but it was brand new with tags, and it still sold for like 19 bucks or something like that. Some of the Old Navy, I think if it's plus size women's, I don't know. But Gap, I've had other Gap stuff that was new with tags, and it's a very hard mover. But it is new with tags. I thought it was worth it. Most of these items I only paid $1 for. This is unusual. Look at this. It's very dolman sleeve or bat wing, and I don't know if it's not really, and it's a small. It'd be kind of like it's not really a crop, but like oversized. But the fact that it was brand new with tags, I thought I would take a chance because I really, need inventory, because I've been trying to list at least 20 a day. And if you times that by, 6 or 7 days a week, that's a lot of inventory. You're supposed to list 7 days a week, but lately I've been skipping 1 day a week, and I don't know if that's really very smart to do. And this is a Ralph Lauren, and it's just straight up Ralph Lauren. It's not Polo, and it's not Ralph Lauren. But I find that the little t-shirts sell, and I stopped picking them up for a while, but I started lately again, and they do sell. Not for a ton. Might be 15 or 20. A lot of these, it looks like in this bag here are kind of a little bit more of like the bread and butter, but we'll get to some of the heavy hitters. Just hang on, we got some coming up. This is a Lauren Ralph Lauren, and it's a size medium, and anytime that they have a big logo on it or a big crust, that will make it sell quicker and for more money. This isn't a crust, but it's a very nice logo, and I think that this will sell very nicely. And I don't know, could go $15-20. That's pretty great if you only pay $1 for it. That's a really great return on investment. Let's see, another Gap, brand new with tags, and I really took a chance, but they were nice. And this is an extra large, and it is, a cardigan, which I think cardigans sell quicker and easier, at least they do for me. And if you think about it, even in the summertime, when people are working in offices, even though it's summer, there's a lot of air conditioning on, or if you go out to eat or things like that, don't you a lot of times just take a sweater? Or the people working in the offices, they're probably wearing like a sweater, and a cardigan would be really easier to wear. I think you can sell cardigans year round, but that's just my opinion. But if you think about that, for summer, you're going to want to, even if you go out for the evening, you might want to take a little sweater with you. But office work is where I really think that, the cardigans would really come into play, because, you might wear a cute top to work, but if you're just sitting and it's a building, like let's say if you're working in an office setting and you're sitting at your desk, you can get cold from just sitting there. If you're up moving around, it's warmer. But, that's just kind of something to think about. I haven't been picking this up lately, and this used to be an excellent brand to pick up. rails and flannel, and they're made out of usually rayon. They're very soft, and I haven't picked one up for a while, but this went to $1, and I went ahead and picked it up. I have one right now. I just relisted. I've had it forever. They used to sell like $40, $50, and these were called, a lot of them were called like the Hunter. But anyways, very hard to move it now, and don't sell for nowhere near that price. However, some are still selling, and this is it's an extra small. That's kind of tough because, you know, not as many people are going to be wearing an extra small. But with this being having the light white background, I think that'll be a benefit instead of just like the blue or purple. They're very soft actually, and hopefully that will sell. I had a lady buy one from me once, and she said how happy she was because she was either holding out or she was happy to find one in her size or something like that, and it was the rails. This is Rachel Zoe, and this is a large, but I picked it up because it's 100% linen. This is a great example of something for summer because it's linen, but it's an open front cardigan. This is, you know, real thin, you know, knit. And anyways, that brand, I heard some people say it can do all right, but it hasn't been real great when I picked it up. But with this being 100% linen, this will sell. I don't know what comps will be on this because I'll have to check it out. But this is a nice piece because people really like that linen for summer. This, I think, is a newer Brooks Brothers tag. I've never seen one like this before, and it's a large. This is a silk blend men's. Brooks Brothers used to be an excellent brand to pick up in men's, but lately, in the last couple of years, they don't sell for as much or, you know, as quickly. Now, some pieces still sell, but I just saying not, you know, I just had seen the decline on it, but this looks like, I think, a new style tag. I've not ever seen one like that, and this is the Country Club line, I think it looks like, because they have different lines they have. And if you do, they used to say if you found the red fleece line, that was a great to pick up. And it didn't have to be an item that was red fleece. It's just on the tag. But anyways, I think that will be nice. And usually the Brooks Brothers are considered like a classic or like a preppy style. This is Tommy Bahama. I still sell Tommy Bahama, and I've heard some other resellers say that they don't pick it up a lot unless it's the silk shirts. But I do, and I still sell it. Probably not as quickly or for as much money. But this is a large, and it's a sweater. Kind of like, yeah, it is more of a sweater than a sweatshirt, really. It's almost like in between. But I did go ahead and pick it up. And like I said, I only paid $1 for these. The only thing you have to watch when you're selling sweaters is that if they're heavy. Now, this one, I don't think this is over, you know, the 16 ounces where it has to go priority. I think it could still go first class. I'll have to weigh it though. But with sweaters, you got to make sure when you're picking them up, they're going to be worth it to sell, where the buyer's going to be paying $8.90 or more for shipping. Because if you, well, I use the padded flat rates, and we pay like $8.20 or something like that, and I put $8.90 on there because it, you know, any fluctuation of increase of price or, you know, your shipping supplies, and that's almost $9 just for the shipping. You got to make sure that the piece you're picking up in the brand is, or size, you know, whatever it is going to be worth it. And some people, I think, don't hesitate on paying it if it's a really great piece. However, that, because whether, even if you offer free shipping, you got to work that $9 extra into the price. So whether or not, you know, you charge for shipping or you do free shipping, I charge for shipping. All these prices that I, you know, do mention will be just for the item. The shipping is always separate, and I charge for shipping on eBay. This is Banton, and you know, or Babaton, sorry. And this is part of the Aritzia brand, and this brand has kind of been sitting lately, and it hasn't been selling hardly quickly at all or for very much. But this is a high-end brand, and I think some pieces still do. But this is, you know, this is a blouse, but it looks like it ties down here on the one corner. It's very nice. I don't think it's silk. It feels like polyester. But anyways, this is a really nice brand too, but lately it just hasn't been selling that great. But here, you know, I'll say, oh, I ain't gonna, you know, really pick that up anymore. I end up picking up some of the brands it's hard for me to pass up. I was that way with Anthropologie for a really long time. Now I pass up a lot of it unless it's something particular, because that stuff you got to really do comps. because only certain pieces are now selling of that. But this, for $1, I figured this is worth it. This, and it is polyester. But that is it there, Babaton. And this is, and that's also an extra small. It makes it a little harder. This would be a really great career piece, though. I list everything on eBay, and then only certain pieces I list over on Poshmark if I think it will sell over there. And kind of different market. Poshmark is a little bit more younger and trendy. I mean, not all. I mean, you can list anything over there, but it just seems they're a little bit more that way, where eBay, you know, is a little bit more mature. But there's also the young crowd on eBay, too. This, I don't know. This could have been a not great buy, because I think this is some weird off-brand, or maybe it's a boutique. Chris, I don't even know. KORSIS. It's brand new with tags, but it's a 2XL, and it's super soft, and it does look true to size. You got to watch on some of them really cheap brands, because I think they order them from some of those, you know, sellers that sell the really cheap stuff, and they come and, like, if they're large and they're like this big, you know. This actually is a true to size. This could maybe have been a boutique. It's very soft, and with this being a bigger size, I think this will sell. Not due to the brand, probably, but because, and it's beautiful, actually. For summer, I mean, look at the beautiful color of that. All that bright, you know, colors. And there's another word they're using for really bright colors, or neon, because all those are trending for summer this year. And I can't remember it. If you know what it is, write it in the comments. I can't remember. There's another word. I usually put colorful, or if it's neon, obviously I write neon. But there's another word that's used for it, and I can't remember. Anyhow, and I was going to Google it, and I can't remember if I ended up Googling it, but because I was thinking about it. Catherine's does sell in the plus size, and this is a Supreme collection. It's a 2X. It's probably, otherwise, I don't know if I would have picked up this item, because it's basically just like a 3/4 sleeve, or it might be long sleeve. I don't know. You know, like t-shirt, but Catherine's does sell. I think it used to sell for a little bit more, but it does still sell, and some pieces can sell for quite a little bit, you know, if it's a really nice piece. But this is a real basic piece. And another key word that you can use when you're listing, if it's a basic piece like that one, I don't know where you draw the line on using it, but minimal, like that one that was that Babaton, that's a straight cut, you know, blouse, and it was green, you know, with a little tie, you know, maybe minimalist, but I don't know if that only applies to the black and white. That's just a new term that I haven't been using. I've heard other resellers mention it. I thought, you know, maybe start using it, but, you know, career, basic, things like that too. This is really pretty, and I kind of stopped picking up Land's End because I wasn't doing that great. At least I wasn't finding that much, and it really depends on your price point too. I mean, if you want to pick up Land's End and sell it for $5, you can probably sell a ton of it. It just depends. Now, some pieces are going to be worth more than that, and I'm sure there's certain pieces in Land's End that is worth quite a bit of money, but just as a rule, I kind of not been picking it up anymore. Land's End small, but this was really pretty, and it's in really great shape. Wouldn't this be beautiful? And you know, the bright colors are popular for summer. This would be a great piece. It's kind of stretchy, and I think that's a beautiful top. I went ahead and got that, and hopefully that will sell. I think it's a small though. Yeah, but it's really, really nice piece. It's small. Yeah, I guess there was quite a little bit of the bread and butter in that one. This one, because I kind of get my bags mixed up out there. I sort them and then I get them mixed up sometimes. This is a CAbi, and this is an old style CAbi, but I picked it up because I think it's silk. Some resellers don't pick up CAbi too much, even the newer style, which is, you know, more of a square tag. But I still do, and some pieces sell for quite a bit of money, but some will really sit too. Watch how much you're paying. I probably got this. I might have paid half off for this. I think they're $5.99. This is 100% silk. That's how come I did take a chance, because it is a very pretty printed silk blouse, but it is a small. But that's the old style CAbi. The other newer style tag will be much larger and square, you know, and more of a block looking style, I think, lettering. This is Life is Good, and Life is Good does sell. However, it can sit a little bit too. Depends on the piece. I think the men's sell quicker and faster. This is a women's medium, and this is actually embroidered. And I haven't seen one like that, because a lot of times they're just more like a print. And this says, the bright side is the right side. Life is good. And it's very soft. But a lot of times, if you're not familiar with Life is Good, sometimes they'll have a smiley face here on the rear, but they have a lot of like, they'll be like little figures. They're not really stick figures, but kind of, and a lot of times they'll have like a dog, or, you know, could have a Jeep or camping or things like that, you know, but sometimes they have them like that too. Madewell, and Madewell you gotta kind of watch, because some pieces really sell, some don't, but Madewell runs some really nice sales, and maybe that's how come, and it depends on how much you're holding out. That's one thing to remember when you're watching resale videos, and the reseller may be mentioning, well, this doesn't sell very quickly, or doesn't sell for them, or whatever. Did they happen to mention the price? Because it could just depend on how much they're waiting to get for that piece. Now, if somebody lists this Madewell and they list it for $35, it probably is going to sit there for a really long time, unless it's this particular piece, using this as an example. And then they'll say, well, you know, this just doesn't sell that great. Or what if they listed it for like $10? Man, it might sell the next day. But the average on this really probably be 15 to 25. It depends on what it is, and I will look up the style number to get keywords and find out what it is. But do you see what I mean? You know, so that's how come, like, some people will say, well, they mentioned this and that doesn't sell for, you know, them, or well, it could be how much is listed for, too high or too low or whatever. It's just something to think about. And, you know, it's just like, they're telling the truth. It's not selling great for them, but it's just maybe because they're holding out for more money. I just using that as an example. And, you know, it's not that they're being dishonest. It's just that's how it's, you know, been for them because of what they're maybe wanting to get for it. Just using an example. Or they may say, oh, this just flies out of my closet, and you got a few and they're just sitting forever because you got them listed for 20. But you didn't know they were listed theirs for 10. You see what I mean? It's not like they're being sneaky. It's just they might not mention how much they have them listed for. Just giving you an idea, you know. This actually, I pick up Wrangler when it's pearl snap, and I've been finding that the women's Wrangler actually sells. And, you know, for me lately, it's been more of the women's than the men. This is really, really cute. It's actually got roll tab up here, but it's short sleeved, and this is Wrangler. And otherwise, you know, I wouldn't pick up Wrangler much, but these are the pearl snaps, if you're not familiar with what pearl snaps are. And other brands use the pearl snaps too, but pearl snaps can be, you know, a key feature. But this, I would put, you know, Western, rockabilly. I don't know if you'd want to use horse because there's not a horse on it, but horse riders would, you know, probably wear this. They're plaid, and you know, this just kind of or classic, but you for sure make to include that it's got the pearl snaps. This is a polo ruffler end, and this is a Henley, and actually this is really nice, but it's a small. But this could sell for a little bit more money, because look at the design they have on there. You know, it's printed there. And just so, and Henleys do sell in brands. And it's got kind of like well, not exactly a contrasting cuff, but kind of. But anyhow, even though it's a small size, I still sell men's size small stuff. But I don't list a ton of it. But I think that this will still sell. I don't know what the price will be on that, because I have to do comps on that. You know, because Ralph Lauren, it's kind of a flooded market, and some pieces sell for more than others. But some can really sell for a lot, depending on the piece. What the world is this? It's, maybe I bought this for myself, because it's some off-brand. Do you do that, and then you forget to pull them out? Yeah, because I thought this was kind of cute. It's Central America, and I just thought this was kind of like a cute, I like print tops, and I thought that was kind of cute, and I got that for myself, actually. And yeah, that's how come, because I was thinking, what is B or EH? That's what it is because I got it for myself. And I didn't, when I was sorting, I was kind of get tired on Fridays when I sort, because I've already been to 2 places thrifting, and you're kind of tired, and it's warm. I have all my storage and inventory out in my garage, and it's not air conditioned, and it could be warm out there. This is a Free People, and I thought that this would probably sell right, especially right now for summer, because it's really cute. It's a super cute little boho, you know, top, and that is Free People. But Free People is another one too. Some pieces don't sell for a ton, you know, and you got to watch it, because if you're new to reselling, there's a few other brands that have this tiny little metal tag like that. That's the Free People. I know it's not showing it clear. I don't know where to put it exactly to make it show clear. But anyways, there's another one and it's called Poof, P-O-F-F, and it looks just like it and you gotta look. And there's a couple other ones that are real similar too that can look like it, you know, that you don't see those as much. And you just want to make sure there's free people, but some free people can sell for a little bit of money depending on the piece, but some of it doesn't sell for a ton. Just depends. And I don't know if that's, you know, just in the last couple of years if they've changed or what, you know. These are some of the harder hitters. I've already had some listed, but these are ones that I haven't listed yet. And you know, these are very nice pieces. These are Black Label Ralph Lauren, and I have a few of them. Somebody must have donated a whole bunch. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God, because, oh my gosh, to find that many at once, I was like super happy. And even though they're just little polos, but okay, if you're not familiar, Ralph Lauren, like for women's here, there could be a Ralph Lauren, but it could just be like a blue label. And that would just be like the regular. Then there's Black Label and there's Purple Label. And I think Purple Label is worth more money. But Black Label can still be worth a little bit. And these are incredibly soft. They're small though. It's extra small. But see, it's black. And you got to watch it because sometimes some blue labels can be pretty dark. And they look, you know, navy and they almost look black. But these, I think they might have been, mercerized cotton. And but they're beautiful pieces. They're incredibly soft. They have a beautiful embroidery polo on there. You know, the horse, and this will be a nice piece. I haven't done comps on these yet, but this will be a nice piece to list. And there's a few of them. I'll show you. Oh, this is something different. I'll get the other one. Stay with the rough lines first. And here's another one, and it's a small, and it's just a little tee. Kind of like a baby tee or a little tee. Colors are beautiful too. But it's a Black Label. I was super happy to find this. And these I would have paid regular price because I picked them up as soon as I seen them. And I don't think any of these were on sale because I can't remember what color their tag was for sale. I think short sleeves are like $3.99. I got it for $2 then. You know, it'll be great return on investment. Even though I got to look it up to see how much this sell for. Now these little t-shirts, even though they're Black Label, won't sell for as much as if it was like a blouse or, you know, something more substantial. However, you know, nicer piece. But these will still sell. And this one is really nice for summer because it's that bright color. It's not exactly neon, but close. But it's that Black Label. And these are so soft. I was just super excited about finding them. And I had another Black Label that I just listed too last week. And it also an ETRO. And if you're not familiar, I mentioned it on my last video. I mentioned it because it's not on any of my videos. I think I just went ahead and listed it. And it's not on the video, but it's ETRO. And it's very high-end. And it's a sweater. And that's a very high-end brand. And it probably doesn't sell very quickly because it is very high-end. I think it's more classic. And this was a paisley, and it was silk cashmere. It feels like a dream. Oh my gosh. I think I have it listed for $140. And some were less than that, and some were more. This is Armani Exchange. You know, and I know that AX Armani Exchange, I don't always pick that up. But this is Armani Exchange, and this is actually made in Italy. I just listed another one just like this. It's a stretchy, like, little tee, baby tee. And I can't remember how much I listed them for, but this is incredibly soft too. Nice and stretchy. This I thought was a cool piece, and I haven't done comps on this. But the fact that it's Levi's and it's the what is this called? Shepra, you know, lining, the fur lining on it, the false fur. Denim vest. I actually thought about keeping this piece. Now, the Coach used to sell for quite a little bit of money, and they were really popular in like the 70s and 80s. This Shepra wasn't exactly what was in it. That was more of like a lamb's wool. It seemed like. But anyhow, this will still sell. I have to do comps, but it's Levi's. But see, it's that really soft material. But isn't this adorable? I think this is super cute, and it's actually very, very soft. Hopefully the size tag is on there. I don't see it on that right there, but there's a lot of other tags, and it's probably on there. But it's in really nice shape, and I think this will be a great piece to resell. I list winter stuff all year round and summer stuff all year round. However, in the summer, you're going to sell more summer stuff, and in the winter, you're going to sell more winter stuff. If you've had something listed for a really long time and it's a nice piece, and you listed it when it was out of season, you might want to take it down, end that listing, and relist it. Because sometimes, giving it that fresh, or just go in and edit the listing, which is supposed to, kind of boost it up and, kind of refresh it, but I have found that I have been relisting some stuff. I do it once in a while, and I'm kind of working on inventory right now. I'm going to kind of start, I got like 2,500 pieces, and that's a lot of pieces to go through. You do not realize that every once in a while, you'll have some listings that will just fall off. They're just not there anymore. They're not listed at all, and you did not end them. It happens. And I think what it is probably when these items get older. But I want to start going through per bin. I have like the plastic tubs and see if they're still listed. What I did start with 2 of them is I pulled out stuff that I wanted to just end the listing and redonate. Just get rid of it and, get some new inventory and more room for new inventory. But then I took like 5 pieces or more or less, out of that same container and ended the listing and redid them. And I've already got some attention on some of them. And one of them, I think, sold too, within a pretty short amount of time, And, but it does work. Now, some people say you shouldn't do that because it's the same piece and it isn't going to make a difference. I think it does make a difference. At least it does for me. Now, I wouldn't suggest, maybe redoing your whole store. That'd be a lot of work, and it's probably more important to get up new stuff. But maybe mix a few in here and there, or do 5 a day or 5 a week, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just something to think about. This is, I got to look this up. This is, it's called Cara Cante, maybe. And this is beautiful. If you could see, it's very, very pretty, kind of see the detail. This, I have no idea. I got to look this up. It does look like Carla, but the last name, it looks like Contire, and it's a medium. And I don't know, this might be made in Italy, it seemed like. But, not all pieces are going to be worth a ton just because they are. But a lot of them are, if they're made. Especially in women's. Men's, you got to kind of watch it. I find stuff made in Italy in men's, and it's not really worth a lot. And some is. This is actually 100% silk. And then the lining is, something different. I'm trying to see where it was made. It doesn't say on this tag here. Up here, did it say it? Oh, you know what? It does. It says made in Italy. This will be a nice piece to look up. Hopefully that's worth something. It's when I will be listing elegant, I'll be using for keywords or maybe romantic, things like that. This piece is, has a hole in it. Bummer. It's a We the Free, and it was kind of cool looking. Darn it, that's got a hole in it. That's not going to be too great. Let's see. This piece is the best one. This is the best one. I was super happy because I don't find this very often. I don't know how often you find it. Write it in the comments. But I've been thrifting since 2015, and I have only come across just a few pieces made by this brand. This is, I consider, a hard hitter because it sells quickly and it sells for quite a bit of money. Some pieces are going to sell for more. The embroidery tops are going to be, really a great item. I had a blazer, and I don't know if it has sold yet. I mean, that was really tough to move. But the tops that are boho, it's Johnny Was. And I don't know the years, because sometimes Johnny Was has a really big, more square label. This is like a narrow one. I don't know, because I hardly ever find that. But it's Johnny Was. And this is such a great brand. There also is, I think it's called JW Workshop. If you see that, look it up, because I think that's Johnny Was also. Because Johnny Was does have another name for it. It looks like it's a ram, but it's got a certain name for it. But isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's beautiful. And the detail on this, it's no wonder they're worth quite a bit of money, because they're made nice. And the detail is just really beautiful on this with all this heavily embroidery. I don't know. I have to check comps. It's been a while since I've had one of these, but these used to go between 50 and 80 used. I don't know how much they're going for now, but this will be a nice piece. And that's, for this haul that I have here today, that's my hardest hard hitter piece, But anyways, trying to get some up there, because I'll tell you what, when sales are slow, it gets really depressing, doesn't it? It's very hard to stay motivated. You don't feel like listing. You just don't feel like it. If sales are slow, you're like, screw it. I think we all go through that, but we got to do the opposite, and that's what's really hard. You need to list more. I know, and believe me, I go through this. It's just like positive thinking too. They say, if you're really sad and depressed, you should try to, pick yourself up and think about happier things. And it's the hardest time to do that. When you're sad and depressed, you just want to think about sad and depressed things. But you really are supposed to think positive. But, with the eBay, because the more you list, the more you're going to sell, and you got to get it out there. And when sales are slow, you have to maybe, put in a little bit of extra, maybe list a few more items. I don't know. And there's, different, avenues to try or whatever, but it's very hard not to get discouraged and just say, screw it, and not list at all when the sales are slow, isn't it? I know. I understand because I go through it big time. I'm going to try not to anymore. However, that's just a challenge. Anyways, I made this video because I wanted to list some pieces. So most of these are going to be really nice pieces to list. There are a few bread and butter, but some of the, the hard hitters, the other ones already got listed, so I couldn't show you. I had, some other really nice pieces, But I had, those set aside, and finding that Johnny was a really great piece, and I'm very grateful. Anyhow, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and please leave a comment. I really enjoy the comments, and if you'd like, you can subscribe. I have tons of other videos up, and that way too, when you subscribe, you get notifications when I upload other videos, and then also it moves the video up in suggested videos on YouTube, and maybe someone else will get a chance to see it, and maybe they'll get some valuable content out of it too. I do have fun making the videos, and to be able to share, share the information and share the finds and things like that. Anyhow, and if you could push the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that too. That really makes my day. And anyhow, many prosperous sales to you. Thank you.